Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. Please note the risk disclosure up on the screen. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered as financial advice. Results presented are hypothetical and not necessarily typical. And the risk of loss in trading futures and forex, equities, options, and crypto can be of any kind can be substantial. All right. Jumping right in, we got a couple of minutes yet before market open. We have a potential get in sync on the YM. Crude got it done this morning. First trade at 904 actually that's on the micro. Full crude. Let's see what that looked like. I haven't actually looked at that this morning. Looks like it's the long here. That just takes off and goes for a quick one and done. Getting 15 and 25 ticks. For targets, even if you trail, went from 122.46 to 123.12, so 56 ticks on the trailer, along with 40 ticks on the targets. And as I was showing, the other market is open and doesn't look like we got a pullback to get us into that short trade, so not in the short. And a possible long that has canceled. That was a quick one. But that didn't take us anywhere. So the system is still in the short, waiting for the first trade of the morning there. Soybeans had a get in sync potential there that looks like it went too far too fast also, and we pick up a short that came in just with the chase ticks there, and we did get into that. It looks like had several chances to get in. Money management has been target one, so that's going to be a one and done session in soybeans this morning. We have target one. The stop is at 1650 and just stopped out. So soybeans is done this morning. YM with the long now at 581. That looks a lot like a reaction. That's one of those situations where I'd like to see a test of the previous swing high, and there's the test. So if it comes back up, you certainly want to be in this. If you're in it, let's see how much time we had there. just 4 seconds before it. So that trade's not tradable anyway so far. So it's a get in sync that I believe it survived. Stop is at, nope, and just stopped out. So that trade would be avoided. Lots of bars on the Russell. Catapult Russell on the custom Rinko bar. Four seconds to target one. 6 seconds to money management. So that trade is in all likelihood not tradable. It's a break even at any rate. And there is another long on the YM. That one is in. I would take that. Failing to get meaningfully lower than the last swing high, or swing low. We've got to get up through the 50 to get this one to target. I'll come back and take a look at unleaded here in a few minutes. Yeah. So our Russell's short. 5 seconds to target one. 6 seconds to money management. So that one is again too fast to trade, I believe. Money management and target one on the YM. That will be a one and done session. And stopping out at 574. So the YM is done. Soybeans is done. And looking like we're in for a quick day. Microcrude actually took its first trade as a short at 904. No trade on the up move that the full contract got, but we pick up 15 and 24 ticks and a few ticks on the trailer. But trade plan is 2 fixed targets. So 39 ticks, one and done there. Unleaded gas. I need to take a look at the all right, unleaded gas. Get my chat back up here so I see who's here. Good morning, Pamela, Miles, Steve. And we get at 903 a long that gives us goes to target 2. That's a nice bounce off the 50 EMA. Takes us to a 60 tick target 2. The entry at 0991. So wholesale price prices pull back a bit. We're down back around 410. And we stopped out at 1014. So 23 ticks on the trailer and a one and done session there. So 5 different charts we've been one and done already. The Russell, we haven't been able to grab a hold of yet. So and then our third possible trade, it still just 2 minutes in. 2 seconds to money management to trail, and 3 seconds to target 1. It's a break-even trade, but it's not tradable again. A little bit more time there on some of the bars. That you may have had a pullback on that second or third bar to get in on this short. If you did, it's a target 3 and a target 1 plus on the trail, but we've got no losses yet, so that's the good news. Whoops. I left the Pound Aussie had a long trade that just touched money management and came back for a break-even exactly stop out. So you lose spread as a cost of doing business. Entry was at 74.94. That's a minor key level, didn't adjust around the 5. And as you see, there was a 20 SMA trade, which is actually not part of the normal trade plan for that. But since it's on there, I'll go ahead and launch it. Money management is just above target 1. It's an 11-tick target. Yeah, with today's, we're back to around 2 ticks, 1.5 to 2 ticks of spread. So that's a reasonable take profit point in this case. When we're up on the 3.5 pip spread, it really wasn't. But we're back to a situation where that's a reasonable trade. So I'll follow it and remember to take those trades off this evening or when we get done today. Okay, you have a 9-second bar on that the second bar there. Good chance that came back to get you in the trade. And then bounced quickly to money management. So second, target 3. So that's 2 winners. And trailing almost to target 1. A couple of modest winners. And now we go back to the short side again. This would be our first trade if you wait 4 minutes. 4 seconds. 7 seconds. And then pulling back. So unfortunately, that's going to be a losing trade. We come with another short. Lots of time to get in this one. And that one, unfortunately, also is a loser. And so that's all the trades so far. So let's take a look at heating. Actually, let's first look at. Ooh, it's like that's a possible. If we get to it, that's possibly a nice move on the micro NQ. This again is catapult using the micro or the custom Renko. 4-minute wait for our start time. 8:34 Central is our start, 9:34 Eastern. Central time is the exchange time on this. So there is our first trade. And it's 4 seconds down to well below the entry, so that's not tradable. The short, however, you've got a wick here that shows it definitely went up and back down. Set up at 18. Yeah, 10 seconds to close of this bar. That's certainly an entry. Here is another entry, most likely before hitting target 1. So you're definitely in this trade. Hits target 2 and stops out for a very small trailer. So then we come out 8:35.38. Again, we have a pullback that you definitely get in and a full stop out. So 1 win, 1 loss. That pullback is likely to be not tradable. We were 1 second after our setup to the next bar, and then we just went 1 or 2 ticks beyond, or 1 tick beyond that, and then back up. So I would say that's likely to be not tradable, but would be a full loss if it was. Now there you have plenty of time on the long side to get in. That does trigger in. There's your money management, target 2, and a small trailer again. So we have 2 wins and a loss. 2 seconds. There's another pullback. 3 and 7 seconds on that bar. So you're 10 seconds in and should get in that trade. Should be in that trade. And yep, it goes to money management. Looks like it's just shy of target 2. Target 2 is 343 even, and we got as low as 20. We got 1 tick away from target before pulling back to the break-even stop. So that's a break-even trade. You possibly, if you were quick, 49. Now it was 10 seconds back up to there, but hopefully you took a little profit there. That's an avoidable trade. Probably touched the entry and then went to the stop. And then the short comes in. Lots of time to get into that. So money management, another target 2 win. Target 3 this time, and 4. And a nice trailer. Yeah, this was the trade I saw coming in. And trailing down beyond target 4, it hits the 156 fixed target, fixed tick, 39 points, and stops out at 309 even. What was the fixed target? 309. So 158 ticks on the trailer. Well, there is another downward move. Possible chance to get in, but and another solid move if you did. picks up a target 2, and that definitely would end our session. So the MNQ being very good to us. Russell still no new trades. Let's go back to heating oil. And we're about 12 minutes from the next crude. Whoa, that's a monster trade there, it looks like, if we get to that one. Okay, first trade. 7 seconds after start. Looks like it bounces up all the way to money management and then comes back down to close as a doji in 16 seconds. So it's a full stop out if you get in it. Well, actually, no. Depending on if you got in or not, it got target 1, so it's a break even. Just depending on the timing. So I don't know what that one did. Lots of time on the first bar on the short. So I would say that's tradable. Gets to target 2, comes back for that's a break even trade. No, I'm sorry, that's a target 3 win. That's the fixed target on top of target 2. So that's a target 3 win on the short. Another break even on the long. Untradable break even. 1 second to the break even. No trigger on the short. And we have lots of time to get into the long, and that pops through for solid target 3 and 4. This is catapult on the 20 tick range. And a small target 1, just over target 1 trail. Again, the short cancels with no trigger. And another short is a lot of time and actually spikes down to a target 3. So that's a third winner at target 3 and a break even on the trailer. Then we have 7 minutes in. We have a long that bounces through way too fast to catch. Same second as the setup, and it's already to target 1 in money management. So that's the monster trade I was looking at. It's too fast to catch, unfortunately, and just doesn't give us an opportunity to get in. So then we have lots of time to get in the short, and that's a solid winner. And another short. So a good day on heating oil, it looks like. Nobody's talking back to me. Only got... And we now have a short. Stop and reverse. Or just a plain short if you're not using the 20 SMA trade. So now Pound Aussie gets a little more interesting. Triggered into that trade. So the pound Aussie is short. Coming into the 10 a.m. crude session shortly. All right, so here is your short from 7497. If you did not take the SMA trade, which is actually not part of this trade plan, or from 94 if you did, as a stop and reverse. And then we get to watch that, and we also, let's take a look at where we are. We got a potential get in sync at the moment. On the micro crude, unless this stops out, it looks like it possibly is a reaction trade. We're still 5 minutes away from our session yet. So good morning across the board. Now I haven't looked at it. Let's look at the micro ES 5 minute. And there is a short at 9:35, which Eastern, which exchange time would be central for the ES. It's traded out of Chicago. ES and the micro ES. So that actually triggers in, hits target one, and comes back for a break-even stop out. So you pick up target one and a break and any one tick on any additional positions for a one and done session. And so that will wait for the next session at 10:30. Oops, I didn't change that over from, I haven't changed my charts over on this workspace. Should be on the September contract. See if it looks a little better or a little different. Nope, still looks the same. September contract does exactly the same thing. And so I need to do that on the YM as well. I changed it on my trading charts Friday, but I haven't had the room workspace up since. Yep, need to change these. And there's your volumes. Definitely switched over to September. And so we'll have to go back and look at the Russell again. Let's see what the YM did while we're waiting. Less than 2 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. Yep, 1:50. So let's take a quick look back at 9:30 on my chart, 8:30 Central. And that short is too early. We have a 200 EMA trade that starts us off on the short side. And that one is a one and done, giving us a 36 tick target and a little bit on the trailer, trailing down to looks like 541. And then we have a long, but that's done. If you're not using those trades, that is a diamond level trade. And we got about 50 seconds. Then the long didn't quite get to money management and stops and reverses into the short. It does the same thing and stops and reverses back to long. That's only a 27. That's a 27 tick target one. I'd probably go target two on that at 42 ticks. But we are at money management at 44. And don't get to target two on that. Short doesn't trigger. SMA long you wouldn't be taking, because if you were using the diamond level trades, you would already be POQ. Another SMA trade. The first one looks like it hit money management, maybe target one. Yeah, small 15 ticks, I would have taken target two on the first one. Second one is 23 ticks to target one. There again, we're not looking at those. Then we get the short. And that's a full stop out. So September contract not as kind to us as the June contract would have been, unless you used the diamond level 200 EMA trade. And that would have gotten you one and done and kept you out of this noise. And we are into 10 a.m. crude session. We have a long. And that's gone through targets 1 and 2 on micro crude. Plenty of time to get in. I didn't, unfortunately, looking at the YM, but that would have been the trade. 2 targets netting 32 ticks and stopping out on the trailer. Let's see what the full contract looks like. Bringing us to the current. And it looks like we have the same trade, but let's see what our targets were. 30 up, exactly the same trade, 32 ticks. Looks like might have had a get in sync possibility and been in the short. But yeah, it definitely did get in sync before, but you did have the stop and reverse in place, so that actually would have been at 43. But still picks up. So you lose 4 ticks. So you get 28 rather than 32. It's still likely a two and done because very small loss. 23, 33 to 43. You lose 20. Yeah, you're up 8 ticks after the 2 trades. So minimal session. And money management on the pound Aussie. And picking up target 1. We'll have to see if we end up positive at the end of this trade to get us to POQ. And stopping out. So we just pick up target 1 in a trailer and still, so you're still negative on that and fairly significant loss on the first if you took that SMA long. Otherwise, you're one and done. If you didn't take the SMA long, you're one and done. Which that's the trade plan. So it should be a one and done session. So let's go back to the YM was a possible problem child. Let's go back to, yeah, it looks pretty similar to what we actually started with. Yeah, there's the initial trade. And so that one's too fast. Looks like pretty similar to what we had, what we looked at before. And there is coming back at 20 minutes in, getting into a short trade that is successful. And a long trade that five seconds to the second bar, 9 seconds. That's to target 1. Have to look into those bars a little more closely to see if that was tradable, but it's just a break even either way. That long is a full stop out. Yeah, and it's going to definitely be a full loss. And that's where we are. So, questions this morning? "30 minutes, and we're 37 minutes in, and we're done with every chart that I've got. That's a quick morning. And a new short on the pound Aussie. See if we get better movement here. We'll have to go push through the session low. And the 50 EMA trade is definitely part of the. So for those that had taken the SMA trade, this would be the third trade in the sequence. Wouldn't be a trade plan trade for anybody else. You would be one and done on the earlier short. It looks like if you trade mini session style on unleaded, would have been a one and done session. Getting 39 seconds in and solid target 2 win and almost a target 2 trail. 53 ticks on target, which was at 1161, and the trail was to 1154. So right around 100 ticks on that trade. Pound Aussie setting new session lows. So will it push through to targets? All right, folks. The only thing left to watch is the Pound Aussie. Possibly maybe the Russell. The Russell looks like it's getting into a winning trade here. Yeah, lots of 34 seconds to get into that. So plenty of time to get into that. Getting for all 4 targets and now trailing at 1717.8. Pound Aussie showing some strength in the move. Getting very close to money management. And hitting money management. Almost down to target 1. And there's target 1 on the Pound Aussie. So target 1 achieved. And I'm going to start trailing down on the next bar. And it looks like it'll be at 71 for the stop. So with an adjustment for spread, about 70, exit stop order at about 73. But that is about all. Russell stopping out on the short. And that's very likely to be in the trade, and it's a break even for the Russell. The second bar there is like 10-second bar. So very likely a pullback somewhere in there. So break even. And 20 seconds to the first bar close there. Definitely in the short. And this is another winner. Just for grins, let's see what. So our original, if we took that one, it was 75.11. And we said 74.94. So 17 pips times 5 positions is 85 pips that we're down. We picked up 20 pips to target 1, and then 4 pips, so we're picked up 24. We're now still down 61. Using all 4 positions, or all 4 targets and a trailer. So now we've picked up another 20 tick target. So we're down 41. Target 2 is 31 ticks. So if we get that, we'll be down 10. And I suspect by the time we get down there, we'll be very close to getting to POQ, even with the SMA trade. Solid winner on the Russell. Catapult on the Renko bars. And still going. All 4 targets and still trailing 14.6. And we now are at 71 for the, and now 67 for the trailer on the pound Aussie. So that's 7 pips. And still working its way down. We're still down 41. And the stop moves down on the pound Aussie to 66. Eight pips, and we just picked up target 2, so we're now down 10 with 3 positions still open, 2 targets, and the so we got 3 positions in the trailer at 8 pips each. So that's going to put us POQ. So that will be a POQ trade on the pound Aussie, even with the non-trade plan trade. Although still at this point, the better play would have been getting your, actually that would have been only 18 pips, but we're still positive. Or 17. What? So you'd be 20 ticks plus 4, or pips rather. Well, you'd have 24 pip win if you had traded it by the trade plan. If you took the SMA trade, at this point you've got 17 of the 85. 17, 20, and 30, 51, 68 of the 85 you've got back. So that leaves us 17 pips. Oh, that's right. No, hey, you've gotten 21 out of that with the trailer. So you're looking at 61, and we've gotten 51. Yeah, we're you're 64 down. So you're 14. Yeah, 13 down on the closed positions. Stop has come down now to 62. That is 12 pips times 3 positions, so 36 pips. And you're down 13, so that would be up 23. So we're almost even with the one and done. I'll have to get a little bit more we're 1 pip behind the one and done session, using only the prior short trade, the pink trade. Looks like we're getting a bit of a pullback into the balance line. Does the balance line hold, or do we get stopped out at 62? It looks like we still at 62 with a reversing trade, but we're not going to take that because we will be positive. We would definitely not take that. We'll be positive on this trade after this trade anyway. And it looks like it's, stopping out. So 24 pips if you traded it by the trade plan, 23 if you use the SMA trade. It's the wash, and that will bring us to a close this morning. Nice short trade on the Russell. Russell hitting session lows. YM set a new session low, but then bounced back up into positive territory for the day anyway. Oh, wait a minute. That's way back there. Yeah, YM sitting at has just set a new session low. And the Russell in another short. So looks like another down day in the market. But definitely positive finishing in our day trading today. Getting winners on the shorts as well as some of the longs. So we will see everybody tomorrow for the normal Wednesday session. Troy will be in at 9:30 for a normal session, and crude inventory report at 10:30 on tomorrow as well. So 2 sessions tomorrow with Troy, and I will be back on Thursday. Everybody have a wonderful week, a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow. Brandon, I just saw your... Looks like I wasn't getting I didn't get comments after those first 2. Brandon, okay, let's see what Brandon asked. Let me see what... $1.407. That's a little bit different than what he's been using with the custom Renko charts. I know I don't have that, but I can certainly ask about it. Or you can check on the... Was that Catapult, or was that using Counterpunch? Or I think, he was showing a bunch of some Counterpunch charts yesterday as well. So that could be what he was looking at. You'll have to ask him that. Now let's see. Okay, he posted the screenshot. Yeah, I know what you're talking about in the Trade Hacking Club. Let's go back and see. I see. Okay, I see the one you're looking at. Let me pull. See if I can open this where I can see it. Ah, yes, okay. Yes, that's a catapult, and okay, that's a 1/2 offset rather than 1/3. So that's a little bit different than what he's been looking at. But yeah, I'll have to see if we can get him to. I'll have to see if I can get into the Russell and see if it's on. You might look into the Russell owner site and see if it's posted there. This is the chart screenshot that Brandon is referring to of the. I'm going to bring that. This is the 1.4, so that's a 14 tick bar with a 7 tick offset. Is what he's doing with the custom. It's a custom Renko bar on TradeStation. That bar can be built also on Unirenko on NinjaTrader, and would be a, let's see, 7 tick trend. Seven tick offset and a 21 tick reversal. But yes, that is a catapult. Using Catapult Trader. It looks like he may have some custom target sizes on that. But yeah, you have to ask about that in the trade room tomorrow when Troy's in about that. See if he has those on the owner site. Sorry about missing that comment. That didn't come through to me until I was just getting ready to close out and put it back into the window. Hope that answers your question, Brandon. Didn't mean to skip over it, but that's not the same trade plan I have up here. This is a 15 tick brick size with a 5 tick offset. 1/3, so it would be a 1.5.5. So definitely different settings there. All right, looks like most everybody has left, so I will call it a morning. And we will see everybody tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.